Hi you guys, this is Cooking with Amy. Tonight we are going to make two separate dishes. We're going to make just a simple little salad, and then we're going to make a dessert. So I'm really super excited. So I'm going to wait a few minutes for people to get on, and we'll kind of go through and figure out what we're going to make for dinner and dessert. It's going to be really good, I'm telling you now. Okay, so what we're gonna make, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. What we're gonna make and what we're gonna start is in an Instapot, we're gonna make some apple butter, what is it called? Yeah, it's just apple butter. So we're making apple butter, and I had made this a while back, but I used my, my crock pot. And it was really good. I used some of it for a cake I made for someone's birthday. It was an apple spice cake, and then I just used that as a filling. I just made like a cream cheese frosting type thing, and then I added the buttermilk in with it, and oh my god, it was like one of the best things ever. It was delicious. So then I had some left over, and I had some extra, because I was playing around with like desserts and stuff like that, and I had some leftover heavy cream, or whipping cream, and so I mixed that in with it, and oh, that was like it's like a moussey apple butter type dessert. It was just absolutely delicious. So we're gonna make that tonight for dessert, and then we're gonna make for dinner, we're gonna make it, like I said, just a simple salad. I have some food left over from, or I have some steak left over from the London broil we did the other night. So we're gonna make that, and that's gonna be delicious. Hi Sandra, thank you so much for watching. So again, like I said, we're gonna make dessert. So I've already peeled some apples. We're gonna get this going because this is gonna take, probably the longest part of our cooking tonight. So all I'm doing is I took 5 apples. I think I grabbed 5 apples, and I think these are, which ones? These are apple crisps or honey crisps. Hold on, I gotta let my dog out. Every time we get started, that little boy. So anyways, so I just got like 5 apple crisps, and I just cut them in half. I wash them, and then I leave the peel on. There's recipes out there that you can actually take the peel off. I'm leaving the peel on because I like the peel on. There's lots of goodies in the peel. So anyways, I'm just gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna cut that middle half out, and then all I'm gonna do is cut it again, take the lid off, and I'll show you guys in a minute what I'm gonna do. Well, actually, we just kind of squish you guys this way. Move over a little. All right, so we've got my Instapot, and all I'm doing is doing 3 little cuts. And we're just gonna put them in there. We're gonna do that with the rest of these here real quick, and then we'll get it go. Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna put in it, what flavors. It's gonna be really simple, you guys, and delicious. Okay, just one more half of this apple, and then we should be good. We just kind of get you back a little bit further. All right. And then also we're gonna make the homemade whipping cream too. I'll show you that. It's really fast and simple. Oh, I think that's the only thing I forgot to get out tonight was my mixer. That's okay. Didn't really have enough room on the table for all of that. All right. Whoops. All right, so to our apple butter that we're gonna make, let me go throw this in the garbage over here. Okay. Hi David, how are you? I am so glad you're watching. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of my brown sugar, and I'm kind of gonna cheat off of my book. I don't follow the ingredients 100%, you all know that. So let's see, for brown sugar it says 1 cup. I don't do a whole cup. I think apples have their own sweet sugars. So this here is 1/4. So I'm probably just gonna do about 2 of those. Maybe just a smidge more of it. So that's about it. Just kind of sprinkle it around a little bit. I don't like things really sugary. Apple's gonna release their own sugars in them anyways. So why make it too sweet? I'm already sweet as it is. No, just kidding. All right, let's grab, oh, getting like sugar all over me. All right, let's grab this boy real quick, so he doesn't interrupt our yumminess. Come on. Maybe we will. Come on, let's go. He ran off, that silly boy. That's his new thing lately. He likes to come in and say hi and or bark and then just run off. He's such a silly kid. All right, so the next thing is we're going to add some cinnamon and some ground cloves. Oh, edit everything over here. All right, so we've got our cinnamon, and I will post all of this too. You know me, I'll post all the ingredients, everything that I use. So that way, if you guys want to make it, you guys can make it. All right, so for the cinnamon, it says 4 teaspoons. Now that one I won't skimp on. I will actually do 4 of those. I like cinnamon. So we'll get you guys going this way. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we are going to put cloves in here. And it says 1 teaspoon of cloves. Sometimes I may not, usually it just depends, but I may not use all that much cloves, but I am going to tonight. And then it says for the vanilla, and tonight I am using a Pear bourbon vanilla extract. Yum. Okay, so it says 2 tablespoons of that. So we're gonna put that in here. And then you know what? I'm putting like a little bit, a little extra more, because you know what? Why not? Vanilla is delicious. Okay. Let's see, we got the apples, the brown sugar, cinnamon, ground. Okay. Then it says 1/3 of water. So I'm gonna put that in here. Then guess what? That's it. We're going to put our lid on. And it's gonna play musical notes. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so we are going to put, I think it was like a pressure cooker, and we're going to do it for 15 minutes. So let's get this down, and we want to do it on high pressure for 15 minutes. And then that's it. We're gonna let it do its thing. Well, we are going to do the rest of our dinner. All right, let's move these out of the way. Oh, do you hear that? It's gonna do something delicious. All right, let's move these. Okay, let's get started on our salad. And then after we're done with the salad, before we put the salad dressing on it, we will do all of our other little goodies. Or we'll make the whipped cream for the dessert. Okay, just cleaning off my knife real quick because we're gonna use the same one. All right, so what we're gonna do is, with our salad, I've already kind of put in here, tonight I decided to change it up, and I just got like a butter lettuce, and I just put that in here. We're gonna use that. You can kind of use any lettuce you want, but that's what I'm gonna use. All right, I'm going to take a red onion, and I'm going to slice this baby up. Actually, I'm just gonna cut it in half first. We make smaller little slices. And like I said, just small little thin slices. We don't want them too overwhelming. I love red onions. They're like one of my favorites, and I think this is gonna be perfect for this. So I am just doing a couple little slices because, well, it's not that big of a salad. So we're gonna put this here. We're gonna put some of these in here. Kind of spread them around. And I'm gonna show you something else too, because I kind of tried this earlier today. I really wanted to see how it was gonna taste together. So I'm gonna do one more slice of red onions. Put these babies in here. Okay. So I really wanted to try and see how the meat was gonna taste with all of this, with what I'm making. So what I'm doing is I am taking our leftover lemon broil. We're gonna put some blue cheese, and I know a lot of people are like, what? Blue cheese? No, blue cheese is really delicious. So, especially if you get a good kind of blue cheese. So, I went to Trader Joe's. It's one of my favorite places to go, and I'm always trying new cheeses. And I got this blue cheese. It's, I don't know, it's really delicious. Whoops, I'm losing some of my blue cheese. It's really delicious. So, we're going to be using that. We're going to be using a pear. I get the brown pears. I don't know what they're called, but now this is amazing, you guys. So this is a nice little ripe pear. I'm just gonna cut it in half. See how it's kind of a thick slice right there? I'm just gonna remove these seeds real quick. So earlier today, I thought of this when I was making this, and I'm like, why not make it like, because I've seen like you can do like a crostinis. So you can take like, if you're gonna make a crostini, you can do the pears and put it on top of it, and put blue cheese and put, what do you call it? Some honey on top of it. So I thought, well, if we're gonna do this with the meat, I go, let's try this out. So what I did is, and I'm gonna have to show you guys afterwards because we don't have the salad dressing made yet. So we're just gonna take some of these pears and I'm gonna cut them in kind of big slices. I want them nice and big because I want you to be able to taste them when you eat this. Because with the I wanna say feta, with the blue cheese mixed in with this, oh, and getting a pear and that blue cheese and a piece of the steak, it's delicious, you guys. All right, let's go ahead and cut this half. Like I said, I'm just cutting these in thicker slices because I really want you to taste that pear. Because it pairs great. Oh, I know that was cheesy, sorry. Cheesy but good. Hi Levi, how are you? How are you and the family doing? All right, so again, we're just gonna do nice big thick chunks and we're gonna stick it in our bowl and we're gonna let our dog in a minute. So we have a helicopter, our neighborhood helicopter. It's flying around, so he's barking at him. So let's go let him in real quick. That way you can hear me too. Come on. Hey, come on, get in here. Let's go. Come on. This kid. All day he lays around and does nothing, and then when I have to come on here, again, he's got to be the center of attention. All right, back to fun business. So we're just gonna cut that end off. We're gonna cut the middle out. We're just gonna use a small knife here. We're gonna cut out where the seeds are out right there, because we really don't want the seeds. No, not at all. All right. Again, just big, nice, big, thick chunk pieces in there. And then we're just gonna cut this one out. Actually, we're gonna leave this one, but I am gonna cut this out. This one I'm gonna leave out, and I'm gonna kind of show you what I did earlier today when I was messing around with all of this. And it was so delicious. And you can make this into, you know, a little appetizer if you want to. All right, we're gonna leave that on the side. All right, next thing that we're going to do is, here's our yummy London broil that we made the other night. All I'm gonna do is cut it in not really thin slices, but thin slices that they're not too thick. We are going to do a couple of these. All right, and then we're gonna put that back away because we're just gonna cut these into little bite sizes. Gonna get rid of these ones that have the fat in it. And again, we're just gonna put those in our salad. So I will show you in a minute what our salad is starting to look like. See all of that yumminess? Ah. How are you guys doing today? You know what? I didn't realize today was Wednesday. I almost forgot. And that's why my post is up late. I was thinking it was Tuesday. And then I realized it was Wednesday. And I'm like, oh, I need to hurry up and get something up there. And let everyone know that we're still cooking tonight. And then I had to hurry up and think of what I wanted to cook. Yeah, it was wonderful, crazy. All right, let's just get the rest of this one all cut up. Ooh, I can hear our Instapot going crazy over here. It's doing something. All right, so this is what our salad looks like. We've got our pears in there, we've got our meat, we've got our onions, we've got our salad. Now, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of our blue cheese, we're gonna break it up in there. Now, I was just kind of digging my knife in there earlier, so let's kind of get some of that out. Let's get this out of the way a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna take some of this blue cheese, break it up in here, and I kind of wanna leave them like in the bigger chunks. But oh, get all of that goodness in there. Look at all these nice big yummy chunks. They're gonna be good, let me tell you. You want these big chunks because you're gonna want this blue cheese and that steak and that pear and everything just to combine together. Oh, you're gonna love it. All right, got all of that yumminess in there. Now we're gonna make the salad dressing. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay, so I got my cute little jar and we're going to make our salad dressing. Now I'm gonna make mine my kind of way. I mean, I'm using the same ingredients, but I'm not using the whole full amount because I'm only making a small amount. So what I'm gonna do is, this is just plain Greek yogurt. And I'm going to put, I'm gonna put 3 nice little scoops of that in there. We are going to put that aside. We are going to put this aside because we might add a little bit more. So, and then with the Dijon mustard, we're going to do one big, maybe like 2, one big one and then one little one, kind of a scoop. Get that in there too. All right, and then we're going to set that aside. All right, then we are going to wipe off the finger. All right, we're gonna add some honey. Again, I will write all the ingredients down about how much I used for everything. This one here, I kind of eyeballed it earlier, and I really liked what I made. All right, we're putting a little bit more of that in there. Then we're gonna take some of our salt, put about 2 good little pinches in there. And this is my pink Himalayan salt. That's my favorite. All right. Then we're going to take some thyme because we all need some thyme. Boy, I'm just like full of bad jokes tonight. Nope. Sorry, we got a package. Hold on. Nope. Sit, wait. Okay, sorry about that. Wow, some commotion there. All right. Sniff the package. Oh, this boy, I swear. Anyone comes to the house, he's like, oh my God, he's on it. All right, so like I said, we're gonna add some thyme. I'm gonna take just a few little sprigs and just kind of break them off and put those leaves in there. We're not gonna chop them up or anything like that, don't have to. We're just gonna take a few of them to give it some flavor. We wanna put them in here. I mean, we don't have to put that much if you don't like thyme, but it does give it a yummy, yummy, delicious little flavor. Okay, I think we're just gonna finish this one up. I'm gonna have lots of thyme in here. Yes, he is my protector. Let me tell you. The other day, we had someone come fix our slider, and before the guy even came up to the door, he was going crazy. And even the guy said, he goes, "That's a good dog." And I go, "Yeah." He goes, he was barking before I even came up to the door, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's my dog. He's my little protector." But yeah, that's part of his that's part of his breed. He's got that protector, and let me tell you, he's definitely a protector. All right, I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough time. Yep, that's good enough time. All right, let's put some of this away. And then also what I have to, we kind of clean up some of this because we're gonna need this chopping board and I don't want these little sprigs in there. All right. All right, then we're gonna take 1 garlic clove. Now this is kind of big. Earlier I took off some of it when like I said, I kind of experimented earlier. We don't have to put this much. I kind of want to put a little bit more because I want a little bit more garlic in it. All right. So we're gonna chop this up a little bit, and we're just gonna chop it really fine. I mean, you can also put it in a mincer if you want to, just mince it. I'm just gonna put the little slices in here because I did like having a little bit of the chunk of the garlic in there when you taste it. But then again, I love garlic. I don't know. Maybe I like it because it keeps the vampires away. I don't know. Okay. Hold on. Let's make our board a little bit more quiet. There we go. Maybe that didn't do very well. That's because it's not quite even. That's okay. Let's get some of this out of the way because it's in my way. And we'll get this up here. It just makes it hard that I feel like you guys can't hear me when I'm chopping away. There we go. Much better. And then I feel like I have to yell too, just so you guys can hear me. So like I said, I'm just gonna mince up this. I kind of like the bigger chunks. I am gonna do, you know, not all of it with big chunks, but that's okay. And if you, like I said, if you want to mince it, just mince it. You can. Okay. Matter of fact, Sandy, I need to get with you, and I'm going to have to reach out to you because I am coming up to Reno the end of February. So I would love to see you. I haven't seen you forever. I'm coming up on a Friday. I have to go pick up a cake too, so I'm really super excited. It's one of those little bakeries that's up there in Reno that it's been there forever, and my mom used to go to them, so I'm kind of excited to pick up a cake from there. All right, so we are going to take all of this minced up garlic. And now that's a lot of garlic, but you know what? Like I said, I like garlic. So let's get this baby in here without cutting my fingers. Okay, let's get this baby up in here. All right, now we're gonna start adding some of our other yummies. That's gonna make this dressing just perfect. All right, so we have got, let me just make sure. We've got our thyme, basil, Dijon, mustard. Yep, okay, we're good. We got our salt, olive oil. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take just half a lemon. Like I said, I used one earlier today. And I'm just gonna squeeze all of that yumminess in there. Oops, and I'm gonna drop it. Okay, that's good enough for me. All right, now we're gonna add our balsamic. And this time I finally went out and I got some regular balsamic because we were trying to make it the other night and yeah. All right. We're gonna add about that much and the rest of it we're gonna put, whoops, we're gonna put olive oil. Or avocado. Okay, we're not putting the lid on. That thing just went flying. Okay. I know. Okay. Let's put some olive oil in there. Or avocado oil, sorry. All right. And then we're gonna put the lid on it and we're gonna shake this baby up. We're gonna do a shaky, shaky dance. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Look at that. Look at all that being mixed up. It's gonna be amazing, you guys. I'm telling you, it's gonna be delicious. Amazing. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see how it works. this, you guys. Look at that, there's little chunks of garlic in there. Oh, get a little bit closer so you can see that. Look at that. All right, let's test it out. Not bad. Well, I like it with a little bit more garlic in there. So earlier today, I ended up having to add a little bit more, I can just eat that like that. All right, I'm gonna put that aside for a minute. All right, earlier I ended up having to add a little bit more of the Greek yogurt because it was a little bit too much of a bite to it, but I think I might add a little bit more. See if we can add. It has a tiny bit of a spice to it. Well, not spice, a little bit of a bite. So I just want to add just a little bit more yogurt. That will help balance it out a little bit. And for me, I just kind of need that knockdown, that vinegar knockdown just a smidge. Even, don't get me wrong, I love it, but just for my tummy, I have to knock it down a bit. I got a garlic stuck in my throat. All right. I was there thinking, I'm like, how can you get a piece of garlic stuck in your throat? They're so tiny. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. All right. We're gonna turn on our oven. We're gonna do broil again, but this time I promise we're not catching anything on fire. We're not gonna burn anything. All right. Because we're gonna make some bread. Broil, start. All right. But I am gonna clean up some of this mess a little bit so we have some room, so we can kind of look and see what we're doing. We've got like 7 more minutes of our apple butter, and oh my God, you guys, I can't wait until we get that going. Let's get some of this out of the way so we can make our bread. The only thing that stinks about having a small counter is not having enough space for everything. Okay. And I love having a clean kitchen too while I'm kind of cooking. I don't know what it is, but I just like it somewhat clean. All right. So I went to the store and I just got some, like, it's a French bread, Australian. It's like adagio cheese on it. So I hope I said that correct. Sometimes I don't say that right. All right, we're just gonna open this up. Now, normally I don't do bread, but it kind of sounded good with the salad that we were making. And I thought, why not? Why not have just a little bit of it? All right, so I'm not doing the whole thing. I'm just probably cutting off just a small little piece. And then put the baby back in here. I'm gonna save that for later. Because you know what, guys, this is like what you can do for like a really simple dinner. I mean, really seriously, I'm like, with making the salad dressing homemade and everything else, granted you can go buy some, but making your own salad dressing is amazing. All right, we're just gonna cut this in half, and I'm gonna grab my pan that we're gonna cook it on. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some butter, and I should have took this out a little bit earlier so it's soft, but you know, no big deal. All right, we're gonna take some butter. We're just gonna put it on here. We're gonna load it with butter. Bread and butter is like my favorite thing. It's like my downfall. It's a little bit of a thick one, so we'll put this over here. All right. Now what I am going to do is, since I'm still trying to get that to thaw out a little bit, I am gonna add some garlic. All right, so I'm gonna take just a little bit of garlic because it's gonna be kind of like my garlic butter in here. So I just do a little bit of sprinkle when my butter is not, you know, totally spread out, and that way you can kind of mix it in. Or you can just take it, put it in a bowl, make sure it's nice and soft, mix it up a bit, and then, you know, make it spreadable garlic. But to be honest, you guys, my mouth is watering to try this salad and try all of this stuff together. So we're kind of doing it the lazy person way. Kind of get this butter spread everywhere on here. All right, we're gonna stick this in the oven and maybe kind of like get it to melt a little bit, and then we'll spread it a little bit more. Okay, and let's see, what else? I think that's it for the dinner stuff. Like I said, in our salad, what we have is we have a butter lettuce, I have red onions, I have pears, I have blue cheese, and I have steak. This is what the dinner is. And we're gonna give it a little bit of a toss, because this portion of our meal is going to be done. I mean, just look at all of those goodies in there. All right, now we're gonna take our dressing. Where did I put it? Oh, here. All right, we're gonna take some of our dressing and put it on here. I want to get some of those garlic that's in there on top. Oh, this is gonna be so good, you guys. I really love that dressing. It's so delicious. All right, let's mix some of that dressing on all of this. So amazing. All right, let's grab our plate. We're gonna put some on here. We're gonna check our bread here in just a second as well. Look at that, we've got all of those deliciousness in there. Let's get some of that blue cheese. Look at that. All right, let's put that to the side, and we're gonna check our bread real quick. Nope. Okay, I've decided this broiler kicks butt. That bread is done. Okay. Seriously, that wasn't even like 2 seconds. And look, that stuff is done. Yeah, that stuff's done. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. We're going to use a fork to bring it over here so I don't burn my fingers. Okay. All right, so we're gonna try this, and then after we're done doing this, we're gonna start making our, because our whatchamacallit, our apple butter is done. We just gotta kind of finish doing its little thing. So we're gonna try this, and then we're gonna start making the other stuff. All right, so we've got a yummy thing of, let me show you guys. Look at this. Look at the salad. You've got your meat, you've got your blue cheese, get a piece of that steak, get a little bit of that onion in there. And you know, get that pear. That's really, seriously, that's all you need. That is delicious. Let's get it with some of this salad. Get another little piece of this pear. Maybe not. That is really good. All right. So I'm going to show you something real quick that I told you I was going to show you earlier that you can make like as a crostini. So we have this pear that was a little bit left over from when I was cutting it up. So if you take your steak, you can, make them a little bit thicker, pair them up. You can make them a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner. Put them on your pears. Make sure they're nice and, a thick cut pear. And then all I was doing was taking a little bit of this blue cheese, and you can kind of like put it as a spread, put it on top. And then if you take, now this pear is a little bit mushy because I had it out earlier and I was doing it. But if you take some of this dressing, just kind of drizzle it on there. Just a little bit more on there. I'm telling you, I can eat that stuff just right out of the jar. And then look, you have yourself a cute little appetite, or you can just do it like this, or if you want, you can put it, take some of your a baguette and make a crostini with it. Oh my goodness. Just like that. It's perfect. You can take it, you can put some honey on it. There's no words for that. That is absolutely delicious. All right, we're gonna set this aside. And we're gonna make the other part of our dessert, which does take a few minutes, but with the mixture that I have, it does it pretty fast. So we're gonna clean up just a little bit, get this stuff out of our way so we can get our mixer up here and make some homemade, and I'll show you how to make some homemade whipped cream. And it's the easiest thing to do, you guys. I've been making homemade whipped cream ever since I can remember. Now, when we were kids, we used regular sugar, but this one here, when I make mine, I'm going to be using powdered sugar, and I don't do a whole lot. So let's grab that real quick. Actually, let's get some more of this stuff out of the way. Sorry, I had to go grab the mixer. All right. So I'm trying to make room so we can see me while we do this. I wonder if we might have to go to the other counter after I just moved everything over there. Just because both my plugs are on over here, we gotta go to this side. bring y'all over here. So again, like I said, this is, you know, an easy little recipe on how to make your own whipping cream. Okay, so all I need is some space. There we go. All right. So I just go and get some heavy whipping cream. This one is 16 fluid ounces, and I figured since we're going to be making what we're making, might as well use all of it. Okay. Just pour that baby in here. Just pour all of it in there. Now this is the part that I like. Like I said, you get to measure on how much sugar you put in everything. And for me, this is my favorite part because I don't like a whole lot in it. And I make it just sweet enough that it tastes like whipped cream. Okay, so what I do before I even put any sugar in there is, and one thing I love about this one here, it has a one on here that says for whipping. I'm gonna move it all the way up to the highest speed, and it's just gonna spin. Look. So with this one, the nice thing is that it'll mix it, and with the attachments that I have, with the whisk, it'll whip it up like in no time. I love it. All right. What else do I want to show you guys? Oh, so so I was gonna say, even with this whipped cream, you can do kind of like whatever you want with it. I've used it like I've made like a white chocolate, and this is kind of what made me give the idea of doing different things with the whipping cream. Is if you want to do like a mousse, you can take some white chocolate and kind of melt it down, and then take some cream cheese and kind of melt it in there with it, and just kind of cream it together, and then fold in some of the whipped cream, and it'll give you like a mousse type dessert, which is really good. I made that for something else, and it was really, really, really good. And so, like I said, with this here, it works pretty fast. See how you're starting to get more peaks? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just a spoon. And all I'm going to do is add a good size, as you can see, and just add it in here. As you can see, whoops, yeah, it's whipping up pretty fast. So since it is whipping up pretty fast, what I like to do as well is I will take my little itty bitty spatula, kind of scrape the sides, make sure that they get in there. We're getting all of those flavors, well, not flavors yet, but getting all of that whipped in. Because some of it, like, I like everything to be touched. So and then at this time too, if you want to add some vanilla, you can add some vanilla to it. Trying to determine if I want some more powdered sugar in it. All right, so with this one here, like I said, I mean, look at that. Look how fast that whipped up. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of the bourbon vanilla in there, and then we're just gonna start whipping it up again. Okay, so that's perfect. Now we don't want to mix it too much because if we mix it too much, we'll actually make butter. So I think where it's at right now, it is perfect, exactly where I want it to be. And I'm going to show you. Look at that. See how nice and thick that is? That's pretty thick. It's so delicious. All right, we're gonna let that sit. And I think we have to run out to the garage real quick, so you guys are gonna go with me. I forgot to get my blender so we can blend this. Oh, you shush. All right, come out into the dark with me. I was trying to see if I can turn the light on, but I can't. There it is. All right, and I'm just getting my hand blender. Now you can use like a big blender. I'm just gonna get my little immerger and just use that. Make it simple, make it easy. What? See, he's thinking someone's outside. There's no one out there. So this is what I was getting, my little immerger. I think that's how you say it. My little hand blender. All right. All right, because I am impatient, we've only got a few minutes left on our apples, so I am gonna let the air out just a little bit sooner. It's gonna get noisy just for a second. Oh, you can smell that too. You can smell the spices, you can smell the cinnamon. Look at that. Look at that steam coming out. Can't really see it, but I can see it. Ooh, and it smells, oh. It smells like Christmas all over again. All right. So let that go. Oh, I'm excited for dessert too, you guys. It's going to be delicious. Hoping this did. Hoping this did what I wanted it to do. Because like I said, I haven't done it in here before. I did it in my crock pot, but never in here. I don't know, we'll see. It doesn't look as dark as it does in my crock pot, but we'll see. All right. I'm gonna unplug this just for a minute, and then we'll see. We'll see what we get. All right. Show you what it looks like because oh my goodness, you guys, this looks delicious. Look at that. Doesn't that look yummy? Let's put this in here. Oh yeah. It looks delicious, you guys. All right, I'm gonna blend this real quick. See if I can look and see if there's no more big chunks in here. Now the only thing I do have to say with this one here, since we're doing it in the Instapot, is that it is a little bit more runnier than I want it to be. So they did say turn it like back on and then let it cook. So I think I'm gonna do that because we got all the chunks out of it. Okay, and we're going to do the saute. Where is the saute? Right there. All right. We are going to put this on saute because we want it a little bit thicker. And right now it is a little bit runnier than I want it to be. So we're going to try and see if we can bring that in a little bit so it's not so thick. I mean, not so thin. We want it thick. Just going to grab this lid. So kind of get that going. Yeah. Oh, this looks so delicious, you guys. I can't wait. I want to try it. Try and make sure we got the right flavors in there. Yeah, that's delicious. So you can kind of hear it bubbling in there because it's on the saute. And that's what we want because like I said, I want to get some more of that water out of there. And usually when you do it in the crock pot and you let it sit overnight, it kind of really helps like dissolve all of that. Right now we're kind of, ooh, be careful. It might come back and hit you in the face. So what I'm trying to do right now is get some of that water out of there so it is a little bit thicker. So they say when you're doing it in the crock pot, and if it does feel a little bit thin instead of being a little bit thicker, to just put it on the saute for a bit. And then it'll help cook out some of those extra juices. Now it did say be careful because it will spit at you. If you want, you can always put the lid back on, but I kind of want to watch it just to make sure, you know, we don't burn it. And it is starting to get a little bit thicker, so I'm really excited about that. I do have to say the crock pot is a little bit my favorite way because like I said, you can just put it in it, let it go. This is kind of the same thing, but you don't have to do this portion of it. You can just kind of blend it and then you'll be good to go. It's starting to get nice and thick. We are gonna have to let this cool down a little bit before we mix it in with our other stuff. That's okay. It'll be totally worth it. All right, so I'm gonna show you. See how it's starting to get nice and thick? Oops, see how it's starting to get nice and thick in there? That's what we want. And this is the reason why I keep stirring it. And you guys are getting a total facial here, but I don't want it to burn. I just want it to burn off of that extra water. Like I said, it's my first time doing it in the Instant Pot, so we're kind of learning together on this one. Okay, I think we're gonna be done with that one. I am gonna put the lid on it real quick and let it kind of finish doing its thing because it's gonna boil a little bit and we gotta let it cool off and then we'll add it to our yummy little stuff over here. So let me just show you this. I'll show you our whipping cream. So, oops. So on our whipping cream, see how nice and thick it is? See how thick all that goodiness is? If we keep whipping it, you would have butter. Whoops. I know, doesn't that look just delicious, Sandy? Oh, look at all that powder that's on there. But yeah. One of these days, I'm gonna have to keep whipping it so I can make my own homemade butter. So even like with this one here, like if you wanted to add like some flavor to your whipping cream, you can always take some honey, put some honey in there, and make like a honey, oh, yum, that kind of sounds good. Make like a honey whipping cream as well. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are making me think out of my box here. Anyways, okay, so I hear this kind of stop bubbling, so which is good. I don't want to keep the lid on it because I don't want to trap all those juices that we just worked really hard getting out of it. So, grab my spoon here again. But yeah, oh, that looks so delicious. I do have to say I really like the crock pot better. I mean, this is okay, but I do like the crock pot better. Just because it is thicker. I mean, I guess if you're doing it in a pinch like what we're doing tonight. Ooh, yes, Sandy, Kahlua. Oh. And see now, make me want to drink. No. You've always been my Kahlua person, though. I remember we would sit there and we would talk when we were between the two bars. I know we always thought about going getting something to drink. Oh. All right. We'll just kind of let this cook a little bit and just kind of stir it some. Just to, you know, get some of that thickness in there. All right. I am going to grab a container, though. Just so you guys can see this. I mean, I know you guys can see it in the pan, but you know what? It's nothing like seeing it out of the pan. That yumminess. Hold on. Okay. Okay, look at all of that. Look at all of that. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Oops. Look at that. Look at all of this yumminess. Isn't that delicious? Now, I think when it's done cooling off, it is a little bit thick, so that's good. And that's definitely what we want. We want it nice and thick. Now, when I do it in the crock pot and I let it sit, it's so good. It does seem to be a little bit thicker. But, all right, we are gonna get another bowl. Because we're gonna take some of that whipping cream and put it in here. Okay, so we've got some whipping cream in our bowl. This is all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it slowly. Put you up in there. I know, I miss you too. Oh my God, we had so much fun playing around those little stores. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit at a time. Just because it is still a little warm, it is going to melt that. So we're just going to kind of see what I'm doing. See, it's still too warm. It's just melting the whipping cream. That's why I only wanted to do a little bit, but I wanted to show you what to do so you guys have somewhat of an idea. Is just take that cream. And you're gonna have to let this cool off. We're gonna have to let it cool it off longer, but what I'll do is I'll post some pictures on what it is. But once you put it in there, and this is cooled off because it's starting to melt, my whipping cream, and we're gonna have soup instead of a nice little souffle thingy or a nice mousse. But as you can kind of see, let me clean off this. If I keep adding it, it's gonna have it's gonna have that nice little flavor, and it's gonna be darker, and it's gonna have that yumminess on there. It's so good. So we're gonna let this cool. I'm gonna let it cool so that I can add it to the whipped cream without it melting, and then I'll take a picture of it and I'll show it to you guys. You guys can see it on Cooking with Amy on our page and on the post. So, and I will think of something new to do. Like I just posted something last night. I was kind of playing around. Like I said, I kind of got my days mixed up on what it was. And I made like little mini Mexican bites. That's what I call them. It's just basically, it was ground beef or ground beef. And I took some black beans and kind of like made it like a meatloaf and just put some flavors of what you put with like Mexican food and stuff like that. And then I just put it in like these little itty bitty mini muffins, and I baked them for a bit, and I put cheese in there and stuff like that as the binder, and it was delicious, really good. Put a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of guacamole, good to go, yum, and a little bit of hot sauce. All right, you guys, I'm gonna sign out. Like I said, I'm gonna let this cool so we can add it to this and it doesn't melt all of my my whipped cream. So I will see you guys later. Go like my page, go like the YouTube page. I will put the link in for my YouTube because you can watch the videos. If you don't watch them here, you can always watch them over there as well. Again, thank you for watching Cooking with Amy, and we'll see you later, and have a great night, and we'll see you Saturday. Good night. Thank you guys.